Hello, happy Wednesday. My dog whined as soon as I got on. So just a reminder, I have a new puppy that is learning how to exist in our house. So it's going to be a little distracting, but I want to say hey to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is a complete down day for me. What are we, 3 weeks into the April challenge? And honestly, I'm loving it. She's like going nuts over there. Playing with a toy. But I have done Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every single one of them, a complete down day, except for once I did a 500-calorie meal. And I'm actually amazed at how good I feel and how much I'm enjoying it. So I hope you guys are too. Here's a little tip for you guys. I'm actually probably going to make a short about this, but I'm making dinner for my family tonight. So if you have to for your family, here's my tip. I'm making a dinner that I will love for lunch tomorrow. So I'm making homemade tomato soup. It's actually super simple. I put it in the Instant Pot and it comes together. It takes a while to cook, but it comes together pretty easy. So I don't feel like it's a huge commitment for food I'm not going to eat. But then tomorrow, I love tomato soup. It's my own recipe and I'm really going to love having it for lunch tomorrow. So it's not super hard to not eat it for dinner tonight. So if you're going through down days and you need any little tips, that's it. I'm going to show you the crazy puppy. She's in that case. She's trying to get a toy. I'm going to go get it for her really quick because I think it'll make this less easy. Or less distracting. What is under here? Okay, so she pushed a toy she was playing with under the couch and she's too big to get it. So I went and got it for her. But let's get going. Let's see. Dawn says she just scheduled our interview. I'm excited, Dawn. I was really excited to see that you wanted to be on there. I've gotten a handful of people that have, since the podcast was released, have signed up to join to be on. And that's really exciting. So I have so many things to do. I'm honestly overwhelmed. I know I said that last week, but she did it again. Guys, look, I was prepared. This is a water bottle that she loves to play with, and you put treats in it. Emmy, what's this? I did this. I was hoping I'd get longer before I had to give this to her, but she loves these. So I don't even know, honestly, how long it's going to take before or how far out I have podcast scheduled for. I need to do that. But I'm excited to do yours, Dawn, and it'll be out probably towards the end of the year if I keep up with the every other week and I don't move to weekly. Sandra asked, is it Eastern Standard Time, 12:30? No, it's 1:30, but for Eastern Standard Time. Hello in rainy Wisconsin. It's going to rain here. It's super overcast, but it's pretty decent. It's kind of windy. It's still cold. Hi, Janet in California. Chelsea's lost 11 pounds on her first 4 weeks in OMAD. Congrats. And hello from Colorado Springs. Hello. Yay for you. That's exciting. That's a lot in 4 weeks. So good for you. Jennifer from Indiana, first time catching my live. Hello. Hi, Mom. My mom is Joni. Lots of hellos. Harold, Sarah, Sheila, Ginger. The name that always makes me giggle. Keto Nido. Do I do OMAD on down days? So yeah, when I do down days, well, like right now in the challenge, it's mostly I'm not eating, so I'm just drinking water, sparkling water, coffee, iced tea, iced coffee. But if I have like a 500-calorie down day, I eat it all at once. It's a single meal. I don't spread it out. The Fast 5 diet, if you've read that book, they talk about like having a breakfast and a lunch and 500 calories. That seems extremely ridiculous to me, but that's because I like to feel extremely satisfied in a meal. So I can make a pretty big 500-calorie meal. But when I eat on a down day, yes, it's a single meal. And for April, though, I've been trying like full fast for the most part. So I'm not eating at all. South Wales. Hello, Wendy. Last shadowing. I love tomato soup. Would you be willing to share your recipe? Yes, I actually have one of my really older videos. I used to share like recipes and cooking, and I was trying to figure out my space on YouTube. That was before I was a faster. I have a video, so I can try to remember to link it. But if you look, it's just Instant Pot tomato soup. I use carrot, onion, butter, saute them, add some garlic, and then I add vegetable broth, canned tomatoes, and then I add basil, Parmesan, heavy cream, red pepper flakes. It's really yummy though. Victoria says, yes, I'm feeling great. It's an eating day for me today. I'm making something special today. Yay. I'm glad you're loving it. And I would love to know what your something special is if you want to share that. I've had a lot of really good foods on my up days, but I'm amazed at how much I've really enjoyed having a regular down day. It's super simple. And right now we have baseball, we have track, I have a new puppy. I have a lot to do, like in running this little digital business of mine. And I took over treasurer of the PTG and volunteering at the kids' school. And I just feel like I have a lot going on. It's actually been really nice to have down days. So I've been enjoying it. I haven't weighed myself, but I can tell that I have lost a bit of weight too. Patty says, whoops, loving the ADF challenge. Finally off my plateau and 8 pounds more down since 4-1. Holy moly. She said that's likely her new lifestyle. Good for you, Patty. I think that's amazing. And isn't it kind of fun that like something that just starts as an experiment can lead to some like, oh, wow, this might be my new way to go. And I was telling my husband, and he thinks I'm kind of crazy because I've been enjoying OMAD for so long. And this was kind of, for me, just an experiment, something fun to try. I could really see myself doing Monday down days and then my Monday down days, Tuesday an update, and then Wednesday, Thursday doing a down day, and then having an update Friday, and then longer OMADs or like even 2 meals a day on the weekends. But I'm really enjoying the down days and kind of it giving me more flexibility. So I'm really kind of excited. And I have always loved the OMAD, so I was surprised how much I love this too. But I'm happy for you, Patty. Mox Dragon, hey, your videos have been amazing for my weight loss. I've lost 208 pounds now in 25 months. Holy moly, good for you. That is amazing. I'm super excited for you. That is amazing. And I'm very honored that you consider me part of that journey. Hi, Ben. Hi, Simone. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Health Hollow. JC, first time to catch the live. Love your channel. Thank you. Loretta, hello from Michigan to you. Let's see here. Mox Dragon is in North Carolina too. Barina in Germany. Mom's giving kudos. Amanda Q. If too much TMI on fasting time, do you experience more bathroom visits? So I'm guessing you're a new faster, and that might not be the case. But with fasting, I've had an extreme range when I first started fasting. And again, I'm assuming we've all can relate and that it's not too much TMI for anyone. But if it is, sorry, I'm about to talk about pooping. When I first opened my eating window, I would literally have to go to the bathroom. So my only advice, I never had a way to get rid of it other than to just deal with it every day, would be don't open your eating window until you have a bathroom close by. So if you're going to be flying and it's going to be an issue, don't open your eating window. Or if you're going to be at church, don't open your eating window, like somewhere you don't want to go to the bathroom. It did go away. So then the pendulum kind of swung the other way and I was dealing with constipation. So I would take magnesium and I made sure I drank plenty of water. And the combination of the two, if I wasn't doing one of them, I would become constipated again. Since I take Element almost every single day, that's been, I don't know if it's enough magnesium because that's one of the smaller elements, but there's 60 milligrams of that in there. But I think maybe just all over, I'm more hydrated taking Element. I don't deal with the constipation and I don't take my magnesium supplement. So I've had both bathroom visit issues, but I had to just deal with the diarrhea and got over it. So sorry if that is TMI for anyone, but that has been my experience. Let's see. Miss Tenacious says, hello, have you tried cranberry LaCroix with raspberry Element and ice? It's so delicious. No, I haven't, but it's funny you say that. I still have my can out from last night. I had the limoncello with the raspberry Element last night. Also delicious. I will have to try the cranberry. That sounds really good. That also sounds like it would be really good to add tequila into. I know it's like not drinking isn't like health conscious, but I love adding Element to adult beverages. It's like very low cal addition. I love the saltiness. It's like a margarita without having a very sugary margarita. Hello from Texas. Hi, Kathy. Her toy is stuck. Emmy, stop going over there with your toy. What are you doing? Oh. Come here. Right? Come over that way. Go get it. And now you guys are going to get to see my little monster. I don't know why she keeps taking it and it gets under the couch. But Mox Dragon, congrats to everyone here that's working hard and enjoying this lifestyle. I now shop at Aldi too. You're welcome, and I'm sorry if that's from me. I do love Aldi. Sherry Oliver, sunny and 82 in South Carolina. I'm a little jealous. Dawn says, arriving a little late, loving ADF April. I might continue it into May and beyond. I might too, honestly. I don't know. I think if I do it in May, I'm going to switch to the Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll keep you guys updated in case anyone wants to join me, but I love it. And I'm glad the others are loving it too. Victoria says, at first I was eating way too much, but it did calm down just as some told me that it would. Yeah, that was my experience. And I still have days where I probably eat too much, but I don't worry about it because it's self-correcting in my experience. I don't feel good or I feel really crappy the next day. And when that happens, it just helps you to change and shape your behavior. So if there's times where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, guess what? I won't do it again in the future. She's chewing right underneath me, but at least I'm going to keep going. One recent time of that was my husband and I used to do this literally probably at least once a week, maybe twice a week. We'd get chips and queso late night and have it after our kids went to bed. It was like a really easy date night. I still like the ritual of it, but the last time I did it, I felt so crappy the next day. I thought, I don't think I'll ever do that again. And it's not because chips and queso is not allowed to be in, but I didn't feel good eating that late and eating that at night. And it's the same thing with overeating. I just have come to be like, it feels so much better when I don't do that it's easier to choose not to. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I get on these tangents and then I forget what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Karen says, I think I found I like OMAD better than ADF. Down days are easy. I just find I actually don't like the up days. Too long and I think I eat too much. I know, crazy. Maybe I'll just do one per week. I understand what you're saying. I definitely think that I have a harder time not snacking in between my two meals. And that's where I sometimes feel like I maybe go overboard, but I do like the flexibility. My favorite thing, and I actually have a video that's coming out on this, is I usually like to go out to eat for the lunch. And I think that that's kind of freeing for me as a mom who makes dinners that everyone thinks of and likes. I like to just have the ability to go out to eat. That's my favorite thing about up days is going out to eat for lunch. So then it's just like, it's a different type of joy in the up day. And I think that's why I like them so much, but it is harder for me to not overeat on those days. I do agree. Victoria says, same with her, shifted on her own. She just had to give herself an eating window. I do, on that point, Victoria, that's a great point. I really do stick to a pretty close to a 6-hour eating window on up days. And I know some people approach it where they eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or they don't even track their fast and their eating window. I still do. And it's generally a pretty tight 6, maybe 7-hour eating window. Sometimes it's longer, but I have to have those boundaries too still because I can eat a lot if I eat all day. And maybe that even wouldn't be a problem, but everyone has to kind of tap into what they do themselves. Wendy says she's so cute. I know, she really is. And she's so big, like giant. And every week it'll be kind of fun. Her in the background will just keep getting bigger and bigger. Health Hollow says, oh wait, Victoria said, yes, it's just, we keep learning. I love that. I love it too. That's, I think, one thing that I like about fasting is OMAD has worked great for me for almost 3 years. It still was working great, but even if I shift now, I can learn, make changes, and go back to OMAD if I want. There's no like, it's this and only this or nothing. Health Hollow says, I try to extend my eating window maybe once a week, but with my family. But once my window's open, I find that I eat all day and I eat everything. I literally have no self-control, which is why I love OMAD. We are very similar, very, very similar. Up days, like I said earlier, it shows me that the time is my control. It's not me. Shift work and OMAD. Hi, Cody. My dad kind of addressed that. He actually eats at work, but he can eat whenever he wants. So he's on second shift, but he just packs and takes a dinner to work, which I think for me personally sounds like a lot of work. You could always have your eating window before going to work, after going to work. There's lots of different ways. She's getting tired. But my dad kind of talked about that on his podcast. And then someone else, actually the next podcast coming out, she's a nurse, so she'll have like 12-hour shifts. She said she kind of adjusted it. I don't have any experience with it, but I personally would probably try to find an eating window that I could stay consistent-ish with on the weekends or my days off. And I don't know if you have any flexibility in when you take I don't know, lunch or dinner. If you have a break that you can move to when you want it, or if you have a structured break. But I really feel like, most of your days are going to be working days. So if you find when you like to eat, stick with that, prioritize that as your eating window, and then make it work for the weekends too. And even if that means you do something different on the weekends or on your days off, intermittent fasting can be really flexible. I like seeing Miss Tenacious talking with Karen. I like seeing you guys talk in the comments. That's great, but I try not to read them all because then I confuse myself. Mox Dragon says, I struggle with a tear in my knee and fracture in my hip. I went from 225 to 448.4 after medications and such from immobility. Anyways, thank you so much for your advice. Put me back on track with my life. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, not amazing that you got hurt, but just feeling like I was a part of that makes me feel really happy. It's worth sharing. And I'm super proud of you. And I'm sorry you had the tear in your knee and fracture in your hip. Ortho issues. Yeah, that does not sound fun. Let's see here. Type 1 mama says A1C down from 7 to 5.3, no meds, average 18 hours per day, down 28.6 pounds. Yay. Oh, I just love all of your guys' progress and the sharing. I'm super excited for you, Type 1 mama. Heidi says, I'm 2 months in and have lost 9 pounds. Suddenly I don't feel so great. I tried to open my window smartly. Then I think I'm just getting a cold. Any thoughts? I wonder what you don't feel so great about. Like, are you not, can you maybe elaborate a little bit more on that? I've been on the cold train, I feel like all winter. Part of it is I have a kindergartner and it's his first time being in school all day. So he's bringing every germ home and then I'm catching it. So that could definitely be a contributor. I tried to open my window smartly. Are you feeling sick? Are you not enjoying eating? I don't understand what you're saying about not feeling well. So maybe some more information would be helpful. But I can't believe it. I'm caught up on comments and the dog sleeping. It feels like a miracle. One thing I did want to tell you guys, and I would love to have your input on something. I'm going to post a community post sometime this week, but I really I'm making this video. I don't know if you've ever heard the term crowd it out. And it's basically about like, I love donuts. That's the one I always use because it's a friend of mine. I absolutely love donuts and I don't eliminate them from my diet, but so if you're someone that has a hard time eliminating foods like me, and I don't do that with fasting, but there's a lot of foods that I absolutely love. Like I love fresh cauliflower. I absolutely love beets. I love roasted Brussels sprouts. So the idea is you eat those foods that you love that are actually really good for you, and it crowds out space for the bad things. So I want to make a video about that concept, just basically focusing on the really good foods that you really love. One thing I was thinking of is like hummus. I absolutely love hummus. Why don't I eat that more when homemade hummus can be extremely filling and really good for you, or like bean salads with lots of seasonings and vegetables? I just need to put more priority. And that was one of my goals for 2023. But I thought it would be really fun if you guys contributed really like healthy foods that you absolutely love that you could eat all the time. Another one of mine is tabbouleh. It's a bunch of fresh herbs and tomatoes, cucumbers, fresh lemon, olive oil, salt, pepper, and then I do some sort of a grain. I'm trying to think of what the wheat bulgur is like the traditional, but I have a hard time finding it regularly in the stores. So I do quinoa. I thought it would be really, really fun to have like a crowd it out video where I share the concept of crowding it out, what my focuses are. And it really helps someone that doesn't do well with eliminating me, but it helps you to like focus on really good foods so that there's less room for you to eat the bad things, if that makes sense. But I thought it would be really fun for people to send in their really favorite healthy recipes, and then to kind of make it like a collaborative effort. So bottom line, look for that, and then you can basically share a post with your recipe. And what I'll do is I'll talk about crowded out. I'll share some of my favorite, like really healthy things that I enjoy eating. And then I'll link below to all of the recipes that you guys share. So that's my idea that I'm going to be coming up with, and we'll need help. Okay. Heidi says, I saw it could be allergies. I don't think she came back. Never mind. Okay. Lori says, I made it to one. Hi, Lori. Donuts are my favorite. You get me, girl. Never going to give them up. I eat healthy foods too. I eat the veg and protein first and then get your desserts. I feel better that way for sure. And I do think that's a good point. Ever since I read the Glucose Goddess book, I can't think of it, Glucose Revolution, where she talks about like the order of your food matters. I've been trying to do the apple cider vinegar, but I forget more often than I don't. But eating my vegetables and then my protein, like it really doesn't matter to me what order I eat my food. So eating those first and then having my dessert afterwards, I do see a difference on my glucose monitor. And so I'm excited to have like really easy ways to feel better without eliminating food, because I'm not going to do it. Hello from Philly. Hi, hockey mom, Avalon. Ariana says, I recently got sick, opened my eating window with Dunkin' Donuts. I was losing weight, but cholesterol went really high and I had gallbladder sludge, but it's going away now. I could be saying this wrong because I'm not really good with the sciencey stuff, but I remember cholesterol can go higher when you are losing weight, and part of weight loss, like your fat goes through your blood and your urine and all that. Your cholesterol goes up when you're losing weight and you have the fat loss. So it's very normal in a weight loss situation for your cholesterol to go higher. I don't know what the good levels are. I don't know if I said that right, but it helped me because when I had the really good blood work, I did have, it wasn't even bad, but like slightly elevated cholesterol. But she said it was exactly what I think it was cholesterol. I could be wrong. And I don't know if it was the LDL or whatever. But she said when you're losing weight, it's what she expects to see, I guess. Amber says on day 4 and doing well. Good for you, Amber. Keep it up. If you keep it up, you will not have a day 1, 2, or 3 again. So yay. Miggy says, how much ACV do you drink before opening your eating window, and a specific time before? Thanks. Love from the Netherlands. So first of all, I'm sending my love back to you. And second, I just do a tablespoon, and my favorite way to drink it is adding it to sparkling water. And I just gulp it. And when I say my favorite, it does not make it delicious. It just goes down easier. So I don't have a specific ratio. I just put a tablespoon, and then I just add a little bit of sparkling water and take it like a shot. And I think it said when I did the Glucose Revolution book that that was pretty effective. I think it was a tablespoon. And so that's what I do. My husband preferred to have less liquid in his mouth when he was testing with me. So he literally would just take it. I think that's a little too strong, even though I like vinegar. But I do have another glucose monitor on, and I'm doing some more experiments to make some stuff. I have 3 of them, and I really think it makes a big difference. The order you eat, I saw the apple cider vinegar made a difference, the moving, all of those Glucose Revolution hacks, and none of them were eliminating your favorite foods, made a difference. And I think that's awesome. Let's see. Brandy says, I like ACV with lemon water and raw element. Oh, I haven't tried that. I'll have to consider that. Although if I'm having ACV and lemon water for me personally, and I'm not telling you to do anything different, I would have to have that in my eating window. And at that point, I like to have the flavored element. Heidi says, I'm really wondering if something I ate wasn't very good for opening the window. I read that too about the cholesterol. I think it's allergy stuff that's making me feel bad, I hope. I really hope it's not the fasting, and it could be. I mean, if you like, I was just re-listening to Ryan Johnson on intermittent fasting. He is not next podcast episode, but the podcast after that. He's that episode. So through the editing process, I was listening to his interview, and one thing that he said that I don't experience is he can feel a difference in what he closed his eating window with and how he feels the next day. And I don't pay so much attention to that, but maybe what you close your eating window could kind of affect. So maybe paying attention to that can make a difference. Have I read Fast Like a Girl? Yes, I have. I really liked Dr. Mindy's tone and like her point of view. I have not. I feel like she's super encouraging and like makes me want to fast. Like if I wasn't already fasting, I would have wanted to become a faster. I have not changed my fasting to my cycle, but I have nothing to refute what she's saying. And I'm in no way saying I disagree because I've never studied it, but I don't have any hormonal known issues. My period has greatly improved since I do OMAD, since I do fasting. I actually feel really, really good when I did my 100-hour fast and it started on my period. It was probably the best period I've ever had as an adult that I can remember. I feel really good. Like my periods have improved, my cramps have improved, my sleeping has improved. All of that still while on my cycle. I do feel hungrier before my period. So some of what I experienced does align with what she says. I haven't changed my fasting to my cycle because I find a lot of success in what I was already doing, that it sounded so different to not fast for like 10 days out of a cycle. I'm not saying it wouldn't benefit me. I just haven't made that switch. It was compelling enough for me to consider it, but I haven't made the switch. I still think it's a worthwhile book, even if you don't make every change that she suggests. I think she definitely is an advocate for fasting, and I really enjoyed the book. I have kept it in my library, but I haven't switched my fasting just because I don't want to fix a broke thing. But here I am doing ADF as well. But I like fasting all the time, like regularly, I guess. Tammy says, I love not having to start over and over again. Day 72. Good for you. That is amazing. And I always feel like that is something people need to remember. Like if I just keep going, I will never have to do this part again. Hi, Darlene. I'm glad you didn't miss the live. Glad you're here. Super says, I enjoyed all your videos so much. I've been intermittent fasting since July, still having trouble sleeping. For a lot of people, it helps their sleep, but not me. Anybody else have thoughts? I wish I had some wise words for you, but I'm one that does benefit from my improved sleep. So I don't know. Your eating window is midday. Do you have a hard time going to sleep? I guess would be my question. Have you tried? Because I've heard people say that they feel like they sleep better when they're full. So have you tried bumping your eating window to later in the day so that you're more full? That's my only suggestion, but it's not based on trying it. Actually, I guess it is. I eat later in the day. So, when I am done eating by 6, when I go to bed at 11:30, I'm not in a hungry state for the most part. Let's see. Lori says, I can very much tell the difference the next day. If I finish with something unhealthy, I'm hungry in the morning. Whereas when I finish with something healthy, carb, I feel great. Now I guess when I do feel like when I did keto, I felt really, really good in the mornings. So I can kind of see that. But I just don't see it on a day-to-day level with if I eat dessert or not. But I usually almost always eat my dessert directly following my meal. So I think it helps that it's not totally separate. I don't know if that makes sense. Holly says, one super interesting thing that I have noticed change with me since fasting is I have almost zero body odor. Wow. That was not my experience. I do use a natural deodorant. And I had a really, really hard time keeping up with natural deodorants. And I felt like I honestly still stink, and I'd rather just have a little bit of body odor and a natural deodorant than aluminum because I have really, really horrible reactions. But I wish that was a benefit for me. That's amazing. Dawn says magnesium at night helped with sleeping. Thank you for that tip, Dawn. Laura says, have you ever heard of thyroid meds making you hungry? I honestly have no experience with thyroid anything, so I have nothing to share. But if anyone wants to add, I really would love that. I'm sorry. Miss Tanisha says, oh, giving some tips. I love that. Oh, Super already does take the magnesium. Jody, another username that made me laugh. Oh, hi, Jackie. This is the first live I've caught watching you from the UK. Really appreciate your content. Thank you. Thank you, Jody, for joining. Nice that you could make it. T says, I notice my body odor is better as well. Geez, I wish I had that benefit. Geez, another one of you. 3 people having the body odor benefit. I might have to run an experiment. I've been using the Thai natural like crystal stick. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but as soon as you're out of the shower, either when your armpits are wet or the stick, you get it wet and you rub it on. So it's like a natural stone from Thailand. I have found that to be the best natural deodorant. I saw it on TikTok and it's amazing. So maybe it only works because I fast, but any other natural deodorant my body would reject, and I stunk to the high heavens. So, well, guys, I am about to go pick up my kids. I have to take the dog out and get her empty before we get in the car. I was trying to think of how to say that. Let's see. I sleep better when I drink something like chamomile tea and sometimes take melatonin. I love you guys giving hints to people. I have Hashimoto's. My thyroid meds make me hungry around lunch, but I drink tea and it helps. Okay, so you replace your meal with some sort of a beverage. That's a good idea. Well, I hope you guys have a great I'd like to see what beer does to your continuous glucose monitor. I hate beer so much. I can maybe drink one to be nice. So do you want me to drink a beer like from a fasted state and then wait 2 hours? Because that's the only way to see like exactly what one thing does is see the 2-hour difference. I just hate beer so much. But maybe I'll do that for you. You're a long time contributor to the lives. It makes me feel sick to think of it though. Okay. What kind of, do you have a beer preference that you want to see? And remember, we're all different. So my results are not going to be the same as anyone else's. And I know you know that. And just because it benefits me, if you're interested in a continuous glucose monitor, you can take a free survey and it'll tell you about what a continuous glucose monitor does. I watched your podcast. I like it better than listening to podcasts. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm hanging out just for a second in case Hockey Mom wants to make a beer, like a specific beer. I could do that. My husband will fall over seeing me drink a beer though. Okay, well, I'm going to write down the beer suggestion. If you write one afterwards, I'll try to see it. But I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you guys live next week. And there's a video coming out Saturday, shorts, all the good things. And then next week will be a new podcast too. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining.